Hey guys, Sebastian here. I'm a tour guide in Athens. All the information is on my Instagram page. And a few days ago, I traveled to Rome to go on multiple food tours, and one of them was miles above all the others. And this is what I'm going to show you in this video. So there are 5 stops on this tour. First, some very traditional appetizers: green pesto, red pesto, sun-dried tomato, roasted artichoke, olive oil on bread, a delicious cheese and truffle spread, and provolone cheese with honey. There's also wine at each of the 5 stops, and so this one here for the appetizers was Prosecco. Delicious. And the absolute highlight of that place is this slice of Parmigiano with a few drops of balsamic vinegar that has been aging for 30 years. I didn't really know aging vinegar was a thing. We definitely don't do it in Greece, and wow, like the flavor is so much richer than regular balsamic vinegar. Actually, if you have 1,000 euros to spare, you can even buy this 100-year-old vinegar. But yeah, it is 1,000 euros, so that's slightly out of my budget, but maybe some of you might actually consider it. The second stop was for pizza. Now, the Roman pizza culture is very different from the Neapolitan style. In Naples, a pizza is round, has a very fresh and moist dough, and the toppings are very basic and traditional, so there's not a lot of variety. While in Rome, pizzas are not round. Instead, they cut rectangular pieces with scissors, which means you can also have much smaller portions. You don't need to have a whole pizza for each flavor. The dough is less moist and more on the crispy, crunchy side, and the variety of toppings is limitless. You have all sorts of flavors to choose from. So as you can tell, I tend to lean a bit more on the Roman way of doing it, but that's mostly because I love to try lots of different flavors. If you're someone who likes tradition and simplicity, and you want the original pizza with just tomato, mozzarella, and basil, then you'll actually have a better time in Naples. And by the way, the pizzas on this tour were amongst the best I had in Italy. It was fantastic. After that, we went to a salumeria, so a shop that specializes in cured meats, cold cuts, cheese, and wine. So paradise, basically. It's a family business, and so the owner's grandson will explain the production process of all their products. And all of this while drinking some more wine, obviously. First, you're gonna try different types of prosciutto and mortadella, and then some mozzarella, pecorino, and this cheese called toma, topped with black truffle paste. Delicious. My favorite there was this prosciutto, which has a very unique origin. It's a prosciutto of wild pigs that throughout their life eat truffles that they find in the nature, and so their meat tastes like truffle. Very, very delicious. They sell this prosciutto for 250 euros per kilo, but on that tour you get to taste it for free, so that's a pretty good deal. The fourth stop will be for some pasta. I picked carbonara, but you can also get cacio e pepe or amatriciana if you prefer. And this is the moment you're going to have the 2 best wines of the tour, in my opinion. It was the 2 best wines I had throughout my entire week in Italy. First, a Barolo, which is a spicy, dry red wine with notes of dark cherry, similar to a Xinomavro in Greece. And then one of the best wines I've ever had in my life, a Cesanese, which is a local grape variety of Rome. I love it so much that I shipped a few bottles from Italy as soon as I got back to Greece. It's so good. Actually, fun fact, Cesanese was the Pope's official wine in the 16th and 17th centuries. They considered it to be the best wine in the region, and they wanted to drink only that. So expect something really, really good. And then, of course, being in Italy, the dessert will be some good old gelato. All right, that's the tour. You can book it here or click the link down below. It lasts 4 hours, and they have both morning tours and afternoon tours. And by the way, the whole tour is happening in the Trionfale neighborhood just north of the Vatican, so it's a much more local and authentic experience than all the food tours that are organized in the city center, like by Trevi Fountain, where everything is of course much more touristy. All right, for the best Colosseum tour, you can watch this video. For the best Vatican tour is this one, and for the very underrated Borghese Gallery, which no one's talking about, even though it's one of the highlights of Rome, it's this one. And there you go, that's it for today. Hope you liked it. See you in the next one. Bye.